Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha, and welcome to another episode of Momentum Mondays. That's right. This is our opportunity to get a head start on our week, to get us fired up so we can be productive for this week. Remember, also, one of my favorite words is the word transformation. A transformation or transform means to make a thorough or dramatic change and character, form, or appearance. And then when I break that word transform down into its acronym trans, I think of taking real people and navigating towards success. And form is forcing ourselves into radical metamorphosis or focusing on the right mindset. So we have been talking about our series, All I Do Is Win. How many of you out there drop in the chat box, I want to win? That's right. Put it in the comment box, in the chat box. All I want to do is win. Now, last week we talked about specifically no fear, K-N-O-W, to no fear, N-O fear. And we talked about embracing, knowing, understanding this notion of fear. If we're going to be successful, if we're going to leave significance, if we're really going to add value in a tremendous measure, we have to understand K-N-O-W fear. But our thought for today is, come here, fear. I did not cuss at you. I said, come here, fear. Come here. Let me read to you again the definition of the word fear. It says this: it is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So when I think of fear, when it comes to your destiny and purpose and the dreams that are in you as well as myself, I think of fear. Fear accompanies all of those things. Remember, Dr. John C. Maxwell says what? Everything worthwhile, it's not here, it's not down there, it's up there. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Dr. John C. Maxwell, Papa John. So if I know me getting to my destiny, my dream, my place of significance, adding value, to be debt-free, to get married or to stay married, to raise a good family, to have a wonderful career, to have money, to live well, to drive well, to be healthy, to have a great spiritual life, to have a great family life, to have a great friendship. In order to have goodness in my life, in order to be successful and significant, it's going to be uphill. And uphill means I've got to understand no fear. So I don't run away from fear. I don't hide from fear. Now, I did before, but not now. I don't try to, duck and cover. No, I say, come here, fear, because I'm in control. Here's what Dale Carnegie said. He said this: inaction breeds doubt and fear. So when we are doing nothing towards our dream, when we are just thinking about things and doing nothing, that breeds the doubt and the fear. But when we start going, when we tell fear to come here because we're moving, then it begins to dissuade and disseminate into N-O fear. Here's what else Dale said. Action breeds confidence and courage. So when we get off of our bottoms and our bums, I could hear one of my speaking coach say that, Roddy, your bum. When you get off of your bum and start going, then that's when the confidence builds. Fear breeds in action. That's me. Here's the other portion. Here's what Dale continues to say. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Get out of your head and start moving. Get out of your own mind and thought. Stop running from fear and tell it, come here, fear. know it, embrace it, so you can say no, fear. And then Dale Carnegie says, go out and get busy. Go out. Start working. Start doing. Start living. Start dreaming. Not just in your mind. Dream by action. That's what is going to cause us to get to the place where we can say, all I do is win. When you can say, come here, fear, then all you do will be to win. And we're going to be coming from this wonderful book today. This is called The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. It is an excellent book, an excellent read. And I'm actually not going to read it. I'm going to tell you essentially part of the story from it. And it's a wonderful book. So the main character is called Ordinary. And Ordinary lived in the land of Familiar. Does that sound like anybody you know? Ordinary who lived in the land of Familiar. And Ordinary had a usual job. Go figure. That was actually the name of it in this particular parable or in this story in this book. So his job was called Usual. And it said this. Ordinary would go home and sit on his couch and recline, lean back, go away from, and watch the box. I wonder what the box would be. Would it be TV? Would it be social media? Would it be the news? Not sure. Doesn't say. But it says that he reclined when he came home from work, watched the box, but it was the same thing that was on there every day. And then guess what? He lived in a town where the people were called nobodies. I'm just coming from this book. Go out and buy it. And then his best friend's name was, wait for it, best friend. That's right. Go buy the book and read it. And then it says that his mom will go and shop at Familiar Foods. But then one night, Ordinary, in the land of Familiar, received a dream. He went to work the next day and he told best friend about the dream. And best friend thought the dream was too big. Best friend did not say, come here, fear. Best friend was thinking of running away from fear. So then Ordinary went to his father, and he was afraid that his father was going to laugh at him. But then his father embraced what he said. And his father said, son, I also once had a dream, but I didn't go after it. And because I did not go after it, I never achieved it. And that was one of the saddest moments of Ordinary's life, because he knew that if he did not say, and here's where we fall in, come here, fear, so that he could leave the place, the town called Familiar, with the bunch of people called nobodies, reclining in a seat, watching the box that everything that you saw yesterday is playing on. He knew he would be exactly like his father. And so in the story, in the book, it's really a story of back and forth, back and forth. He built up his courage, and then he goes back to fear. He built up his courage, then he goes back to fear. He built up his courage to leave the place called Familiar, then he wants to run away and go back. But then finally, essentially, he doesn't say this specifically, but his life shows that Ordinary said, come here, fear. And because he said that, he reached and achieved his dream. So through all of the trials and tests and locations and journey that Ordinary experienced, he ended up in the right place to where he could say, all I do is win. But he only did that because he was able to say, come here, fear. So my question to you is, what will it take for you to tell fear to come over here? Think about that, and then go out and do by action whatever it's going to take. You are worth it. Hey, this is your friend Kenesha. I love you. Have a great day.